Okay, today we're going to learn these words here, groove and rut. Do you know what these words mean? What's the difference between a groove and a rut? Groove and rut. Well, in this lesson I'm going to teach you. Hey, if you like learning about advanced English vocabulary, make sure you smash that subscribe button right down there. Okay, so take a look at this picture. Okay, see this piece of wood? This piece of wood has a groove in it. Okay, this is called a groove. It's not a hole. Okay, a hole is usually just like one thing, whereas a groove is a long and usually shallow, a thing, a groove like that. Okay, for example, take a look at this guitar. Okay, see that white piece on the guitar there? See these grooves here? These grooves are for these strings to sort of sit in. Okay, the string sits in the groove. Okay, so these grooves are there for that reason. The person who made this guitar, put these grooves in here to hold the strings. Okay, now take a look at this field. Okay, would you call that a groove? Is that a groove? Well, you might be able to say a groove, but really that's not the best word, right? We would say that's a rut. A rut. Okay, it looks like maybe a tractor drove through this field and left some ruts in the mud. Okay, so the best word here is a rut. Now, if it's a vehicle, if a vehicle drove through there, we could call those vehicle tracks. Vehicle tracks. Okay, for example, look at this road here. You can see these car tracks. Okay, these vehicle tracks in the road. Okay, so when we talk about like tire tracks, okay, those are called tire tracks. When we talk about, tracks in a road or in a field or something, it's better to use the word rut than groove. You could use the word groove, but that's not the best word. It's better to use the word rut. Okay, take a look at this. See this bike? This bike is stuck in a rut. Stuck in a rut in the road. Now, is that good or bad? Is that good or bad? Well, that's bad, right? So usually we use the word rut when we're talking about something, well, how do I say it? I would say the word rut has sort of a negative meaning. And the word groove has sort of a positive. It has a positive meaning, okay? So this is negative. The bike is stuck in the rut. But look at this, okay? This thing, these are good, right? The person who designed this piece to have grooves, right? So it was designed that way. Whereas if you look at this bike, if you look at this road, okay, this road is not supposed to have this rut it's not supposed to be there, right? The people who made this road didn't want this to be there. They didn't plan for this to happen. It just happened. And it's bad. So that's sort of the difference between the word rut and the word groove. The word rut sort of has a negative meaning. It's not supposed to be there. And the word groove has a positive meaning, and it is supposed to be there. Okay, now take a look at this idiom. Okay, I want to teach you two idioms with the word rut and groove. Okay, stuck in a rut. Stuck in a rut. Do you know what that means? That means a boring routine that is hard to break. Okay, so this is bad. If you are stuck in a rut, that's a bad thing. That means you are in a routine that is sort of boring or bad in some way, and it's hard to break that routine. Okay, you're stuck in a routine, and it's hard to get out of that routine. Then you say, I'm stuck in a rut. I'm stuck in a rut. Or another way, we could explain this idiom is trapped in a pattern of life. You're trapped in a certain pattern and it's hard to get out of. It's hard to get out. Let's take a look at an example. Okay, I've had the same job for 10 years. I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. Okay, I've had the same job for 10 years and I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. Maybe you want to do something else in life. Maybe you want to travel, or maybe you want to try to get a different job. But if you quit your job, how are you going to pay your bills? Where are you going to get money from, right? So you could say this: I feel like I'm stuck in a rut. It means you are in a routine that it's somehow it's not good. You want to do something else, but you can't because you're stuck in a rut. Does that make sense? Okay, so maybe this is you in life. You want to be over here, but you're stuck in this rut. That means you're sort of trapped. You can't move. You can't get out of this sort of bad situation that you're in. Okay, now stuck in a rut sort of has it can be used in two ways. Okay, one is if you are unable to change a situation, right? If you can't change, you can't quit your job, right? Because you need your job to pay the bills, right? Then you're unable to change the situation. But we can also use this idiom if we are unwilling to change. Unwilling. Okay, take a look at this example. Every time we come to this restaurant, I always order the same thing. I'm really stuck in a rut. Okay, every time we come to this restaurant, I always order the same thing. I'm stuck in a rut. So in this situation, maybe there's a restaurant that you go to that makes a really good dish. Maybe sweet and sour meatballs. Okay, so every time you go to that restaurant, you always order sweet and sour meatballs. You're stuck in a rut. You don't have to order that. You have the freedom to order anything else, but you never do. You always order that one thing because you like it. And so you could say, I'm stuck in a rut. I'm stuck in a rut. You're unwilling to change. Okay, so it can mean those two things. Okay, so now let's look at another idiom. In the groove. In the groove. Okay, so this is a good thing if you are in the groove. That's a good thing. If you're stuck in a rut, that's sort of a bad thing, right? But if you're in the groove, that's good. That means everything is going smoothly and successfully, right? You're in a routine, in a certain pattern, and everything is going great. Everything is going smoothly and successfully. Okay, then you could say, I'm in the groove. I'm in the groove. Okay, so look at this example. I don't want to go on vacation right now because I'm in the groove at work. Maybe at your job, everything is going really well. For like 2 or 3 weeks, everything has been just going great. And you just want to stay in the groove, right? You want things to keep going successfully and smoothly. You don't want to stop and go on vacation, because if you come back, then you might not be in the groove anymore. Okay, sometimes when things are going well, you just want to focus and you don't want to change anything, right? If you change something, then you might not be able to get that situation back anymore. Okay, so groovy can also mean happy or cool. For example, if you say, I'm feeling groovy, that means I'm feeling happy. Okay, or if you say, that's groovy, that means that's cool, right? So it can mean these things. Now, grooving is also a word, and grooving means dancing. So you could say, she is grooving to the music. If you're out at a club or bar or something and you see a woman dancing, you can say, she's grooving to the music. She's grooving. Okay, so usually in this way, it has an ing. If you use groove like this, it usually has ing if it means dancing. Okay, so there you have two advanced English vocabulary words, groove and rut. Remember, rut is sort of a bad thing if you're stuck in a rut, and groove is a good thing if you are in the groove. Yeah, I want to know, are you stuck in a rut or are you in the groove? Stuck in a rut or are you in the groove? For me, I think I'm sort of stuck in a rut right now because every day I make the same kind of lessons and it's a bit boring for me. I sit here, I make the same things. Most of my lessons are just sort of the same, right? So I'm stuck in a rut. I really want to buy my own condo so I can start a cooking show here on my channel, on my YouTube channel, a cooking show. I'm going to teach you English through cooking. It's going to be a lot of fun, but my apartment right now, I don't really have a kitchen, and the situation right now, it's not a good place to start my cooking show. So as soon as I buy a condo, I'm going to start a cooking show, and I think you're gonna love it. Okay, so right now I'm in a bit of a rut. I'm stuck in a rut. Hey, are you stuck in a rut like me? Let me know right down there in the comments, and I'll see you guys over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.